morning,
Good
Deeds.
morning. Good morning, Jason. How's it going today, Goo?
It's good, dude. Happy Monday. It is what, Monday the 10th of November. Is that correct?
That is correct. Monday the 10th. Tomorrow is Tuesday, Veterans Day, the 11th. Yeah.
It is Tuesday, Veterans Day, the 11th tomorrow. So this week, what we're gonna do, first thing this morning, right off the cop, dude, I'm gonna get into it.
Boom.
Um, First and foremost, we want to thank all the vets, right? Of course,
Yep.
protecting the rights, protecting liberty, pursuit of happiness, all that. They
hmm
take care of business and do everything. But we have so many vets in our industry, dude, like so many, right? Some of them are friends of the show, Chris Eckstein, Tyler Levi Smith, but
Yeah.
there's so
Chris
many
just popped in.
people.
Good morning, Chris.
Yeah,
Thank you
there's
for your
so many
service.
people that we want to say thanks to that
Wow.
I kind of cheated yesterday,
He
right?
cheated.
I
What
did.
is his research?
So I did a little research. I asked somebody else besides me to do a little research. So I'm going to give thanks to some of our veterans. We got, all right, veteran not of the United States of America, but a vet. We got Frank Rave, Nicholas Craig, Carlos Garcia, Anthony Lee Schiapani, Ron Morris, Josh Wright, Chris Eckstein, Austin Kosman, Derek Clark, Veteran Sam, Steve Edmond Jr., happy birthday, Double Dog.
Happy
Brian
double dog
Ohms,
birthday.
Brian Olmstead, Dominic Schroeder, or Schrader, I'm not sure. I apologize if I do.
Schroeder.
Alex Eason, Dave King, Mark Streitelheimer. There's Steve Erdman again. Tom Alford, Tyler Schreier, Ben Merrill, Harry Sierra, Travis Ray Lytle, Gene Cody, Window Theory Window Cleaning, their Air Force,
Awesome.
Kevin Sanders, Tom Alford, Dave King, Jiu Jitsu Jeff Ingold, Roger Ryan, Mads Walter, Jaime Javier Gonzalez, Brian Eaton, Cody Kroll, Christian Garrido, apologize, Garrido.
Those just checking in, he is reading off names of vets in the pro window cleaning page that we
Yeah,
know
these
of.
are just some of the
Giving a
vets that
shout
are in the
out.
pro window cleaning forum that we want to give thanks to. Justin Schrum, Paul Moore, Michael Balmer, Tyler Schreier, Frederick Palmquist, Joshua William Miller, Christian Metzger. My memory serves me. Christian has a partner. I don't know if he's maybe that's Miguel Gonzalez too. I think they're vets as well. Peter
Cool.
Dixon, Max Adams, Adamski, Corey Gray, Robbie Mundy, Brandon Miller, Doris Garbett, uh, Robert Duncan, Evan James, Kevin Kenefick, Angel Marixa Marrero, Christina Greathouse, Devin Vallejo says, appreciate everyone's service. Jake Heinig, I apologize if I butchered the last name, and Aaron Seymour. So,
Awesome. Thank you for your service, guys.
yeah, some of the members that are in pro window cleaning, that we want, and the home service industry that we wanted to give a shout out to. Thank you guys all for your service.
Yep.
Uh, you're really what makes our country go round. So, and thanks,
And
Chris Eckstein, for getting that together for me. I appreciate you, brother.
thank you,
Um,
Chris.
yeah, you're the man, great friend of the show. I was trying to think of an original way to come up with a good way to give thanks to some of our members in pro window cleaning and of our armed services. So again, shout out to you guys.
Yep.
You guys
And
are the
sure, your service rounded you out pretty well to run your own service business. You've got confidence. You're smart enough to do it. Uh, Military service can definitely build you up and give you the qualities and the cornerstones to run a business. So that's awesome. You guys have all. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Somebody way smarter than myself once told me if you're looking to hire somebody, look, especially in our industry, look to the vets. It's basically what we do is repetition, right? I mean, it's redundant. It's over. you get taught how to do something, you repeat, rinse, wash, repeat,
Yeah.
rinse, wash, repeat. And so service members are great for that because that's basically what they've been taught. You know what I mean? It's so if you're looking for employees too, we talk about good hiring practices and things like that too. Reach out to a vet, see if you guys might be a good fit for one another. So that's just one thing I wanted to bring up real quick right off the cup to say cheers to our vets.
Yeah, and if you're a veteran, I'm sure a lot of you guys do. You'll use the hire a veteran or veteran owned, stuff on your business cards and your logos, because a lot of people it'll give you an edge because people do appreciate your military service. That brand it and put it out there because people want to hire veterans and stuff. So it's don't be afraid to shout out your service. Put it
Yeah,
on
you've
your
earned
stuff.
it, man.
Brand it. Yeah, you've earned it.
You've earned it. So now that we took care of that,
Happy
thanks
Monday.
again to the vets. Happy Monday. What'd you do this weekend, dude? Anything good?
Anything good? Crap. It's like a breeze or
Yeah.
it's like I can't remember. I did stuff. Stuff got done. Got some work done.
I did stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got called out on a Saturday. I did a Saturday construction clean with some friends of mine. Based out of Payson, which is about 90 miles northeast of me.
Hmm.
Uh, and we met, basically halfway at the halfway point at this big, beautiful home. Ton of glass, huge glass slabs on the side of a mountain. It,
Mountain. Nice.
yeah, it was pretty righteous. I was really happy to be there. I was happy that they asked me to be a part of it, and got some fun content with it. So that's always cool. And working with my buddies, Bob and Mike Ferguson, they own Pain in the Glass.
Cool.
Working with them is always fun. It's funny
It's not
though.
a it's not a pain in the glass working with those guys.
No, it's not a pain in the glass working with those guys. They're actually a lot of fun. They're they're from the valley, like by my area, but they moved up north a while back. Um,
Valley boys.
Valley boys, that's what we are, man. No, but they escaped the valley and they bought a business a little over 2 years ago and have really just flipped the script. They blew it up. They've
Wow.
landed some fat contracts, and they're kicking ass. So I'm really happy for
Awesome.
them. I'd like to try to put together a couple pieces to send in some info to AWC Mag because it's just a cool story. Like I said, they weren't window cleaners 2.5 years ago. They bought a
Sure.
business and now they're window cleaners. And
We bought a zoo. Matt
yeah,
Damon could do it. Why not buy a window cleaning franchise
yeah.
or a sunscreen installation franchise?
Well, and then they opened up a second location. There's
That's pretty cool.
there's another city community about 90 miles, I think, east of them.
Cool.
And a lot of people
So they
like to
live halfway. Somebody has a house halfway in between those
so
two.
they'll go out there once a week. I believe he also bought a house out there too. So he'll go out
Why
there
not?
like once a week and then do a route out there and then,
Cool.
come back home and do it that way. So
Nice. I was going to buy a house on the north side of Houston so I could get two markets, but I decided I'm just going to keep my primary home here and just work
there
out of
you
this
go.
house. But
There
no,
you
that's awesome. It's good to network with fellow window cleaners and fellow service guys because we do cross pollinate. Pest control will have a need. To get a dirty window, they can refer you. Work with your networking with your guys locally.
Yeah, so that's one of the other things too that I have learned. I learned early, you know what I mean? I think it's
Mhm.
really fun and unique. First off, the industry that we're in, right? It's kind of boring, and a lot of times we're by ourselves. I love you guys. Have a good day. We're by ourselves, right?
Sure,
So you can go crazy if you don't have anybody to talk to, man. I mean, you can go that, you know what I mean?
unless you talk to yourself, but that makes
Yeah.
you crazy. Yeah, check
Um,
crazy.
but like, I don't know, man. It was nice for me to learn that first off, this community, Pro Window Cleaning, this group, Window Cleaning Nation, it's another group, all these little groups and networks of people. When you find different guys and gals that you can connect with and have a rapport
Open
with,
conversation. Yeah,
yeah, have open conversation, have dialogue with, it really makes our jobs a lot easier. Instead of holding stuff in and getting all pissed off and just blurting, you know what I mean? Just being an, I don't know, just instead of being an ass, if we reach out and talk to people, it just makes our job a lot easier. And it also shows us that we're not alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
when I was in New York, I drove by a window cleaner and I shouted, you know, good looking windows looking good. So I picked up a sub, stopped back and talked with them for 5, 10 minutes. Had to excuse myself to get that hot sub to my wife. But I ended up talking with him for a little while and it was cool building up the rapport. You know, him and his dad own a business. He's owned it for like 20 years. His dad's got shoulder surgery, so he's jumped back in to take over things for a while. And you know, winter is coming, and he's like crossing his fingers. I can't wait till it starts snowing. I don't have to do this no more. Really excited about it. So some
yeah.
northern window cleaners love the snow. Some of them are not. You know.
Well, and like, so one of the things too that, like I was saying, I learned early, like every time you work with someone else too,
Mhm.
you're learning something from them, whether
Oh sure.
whether consciously or subconsciously, whether, hey, I want to do it just like them, or man, I don't want to do anything like that. You know what I mean? So I think that that was a cool, it's a cool way for me to connect with other cleaners, and I found it to be a great way to learn. Um,
Yeah, I love my window cleaner. Asked a question about driveway signs. I have tiny signs that I'll put out by the truck. You know, it's very obvious what I'm doing. You know, if you see all my stuff on the front yard, Mr. D's window cleaning or Mr. D's pressure washing, whichever I'm doing, you know, stake it down. I know that WCR Front has a sandwich signs, and a couple of years ago, I had some really good ideas for some copy, what have you, on the sides of the sandwich boards, but I never went through with it. They do sell the sandwich boards. They do help you mock up a design. Get with Jill. I'll post a link later. Get it because it works good. I mean, you put it out, you can put it on the sidewalk. People walk around it. People see it. You make it loud. If your truck is wrapped, or you've got a magnet, you're already doing half the work there. But yeah, get with WCR Marketing. They can help you out. And also a shout out. Thank you for window cleaning resources in the house. John Magdos, what up, players? Good morning,
yeah.
John. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning, Thomas. How are you doing today? Hope
It looks
everything's
like
well.
Jessica says she's battling some snow, no pun intended. Um,
Snow is cool. Not in
if
early November.
yeah, see, I don't, you and I, we don't typically have to deal with that. But that's one good thing we got going for us.
I
I
get it
just,
once a year, like in the morning or late evening. And it's cute, and then it's done.
yeah, we don't have it. I don't have to worry about that. That's the one cool thing about Phoenix too, is like, anything that we need or would want to get to,
Mhm.
cold climate, snow, that's 2 hour drive. Beach is like a 4.5, depending on where you want to go, 4.5 to 5.5, 6 hour drive.
Cool.
Um,
How
it's
far to Vegas?
4 hours, dude. Four
I, wa-
hours.
I'm thinking well, I can't. Never mind. I
No,
want to
dude,
make another.
there's a
Yeah.
couple, there's some conventions going on this week. There's a solar cleaning convention. There is ISSA is going on this week too.
Cool.
Um, yeah,
Is it
there's
downtown or is it Fremont? Where's it at?
no, it's downtown. That this one is
Sounds good.
downtown. I think it's at
Okay.
Mandalay Bay or something.
Neat.
And then there's,
Fancy.
I think one of the other ones is way off the strip though, and it is Henderson, I think. So,
Interesting.
but the ISSA is in downtown.
Hmm.
Um, and I want to say one thing too, real quick. Back to the veterans. I did do a
Let's go
post.
back.
I did do a post yesterday on Goo and Deeds.
Yeah.
If any of you guys want to share some pictures of your favorite vet, you can throw them on that one there too. Just a cool way to say thanks. I'll probably throw some pictures of my brother up there later on, or my brother-in-law, my nephew's in the service.
Cool.
My grandpa was in the service, Maurice's grandparents. So yeah, that's another thing we're gonna do too. So again,
Neat.
thanks, vets. Um,
Thank you.
this week though, we're doing high rise and safety week.
Yep. Focus.
And yeah, focus, Daniel-san. I'm pretty excited as Wednesday we're gonna have good buddy Fletcher Denning on. We're gonna talk some high rise. We're gonna talk a little, how his growth has gone from being like one of the guys to being the guy. You know what I mean? Transitioning from being a worker bee to a leader bee.
And that's the funny part. Like in window cleaning and pressure washing, you get the solo operator working out of a truck. Then you get a solo operator who's branded. Then you get a solo operator with a helper, solo operator with a fleet of trucks, and so on and so forth. So it's like Fletcher has gone from all the way to Mr. High Rise and
Yeah.
excelling. He's doing amazing work, you know.
And all along the while too, he was putting out some really cool content. You know, he's a
Mhm.
pretty big time on TikTok and I think he does YouTube or I don't remember which services he
TikTok
used.
Anonymous.
Yeah, I don't remember which ones he used, but just know he puts out great
Hmm.
shit. So that'll be
Hmm.
good. He's also a good chat and a good friend. When I was on my trip, I got a chance to have some lunch with him. And we've chopped it up at a couple of the different conventions, and he was awesome enough to swing by the Huge this year just for like he's in Nashville, but they were jammed that day. But he was kind enough to pop in and say what up and come say hey and give hugs and dude's just awesome.
Yep.
Uh, and then on Friday, Michael Draper from Expert Safety Services is going to be on. Uh,
Heck
he
yeah.
te he teaches all things safety, rope descent training. What's the other term? There's another shit, not tie off. I forget what it's called, but he does all the safety training. That's why he can talk about it, not me, because he knows all the goods on it. So he leads classes on it, and it'll be just a good sit down and chop it up with Michael as well.
Yeah, he does a lot of trainings, I think, too, at these conventions. He'll offer some trainings beforehand and breakout session stuff.
Yeah, he has some stuff coming up too in December that we're going to talk about. We'll lay
Okay.
it up there, some options. I think he does I know it is a rope descent. Oh, I think it's
Okay.
anchor training. So I was trying to figure out the correct word or the proper terminology. I don't want to butcher it or whatever, but again,
No, you're nuts.
I'm not yeah, and see
The nuts.
that's one thing that's terrified me
Wow.
about rope and safety and RDS is
Did I do this right?
yeah,
Ah.
dude. I don't want to have to be put my own life in my own hands and that's a lot of responsibility. I'd rather have
Yeah.
somebody else do it.
Well, no, that's kind of the opposite of what what they teach, I think. I think they teach you to inspect and do your own shit
Yeah, I
because
know,
it's
but
your
I
own
don't
life.
trust myself, dude.
Flip your buddy a 10, say, hey, tie me off, buddy. Make sure this looks good. I don't know. I wouldn't trust anybody else. I used to do, or I did rock climbing and stuff like that, but I took a ropes course and something like that for a weekend or so. And it's a lot of fun, going up and down and skipping around and stuff. But I've never done like an 8-story building drop or anything like that. I think climbing over the edge is pretty, that's the hardest part. And then once you're over, it's gravy. But the vertigo and stuff, so dangerous, you'll have to sign a waiver. But yeah,
Um,
high rise, getting
yeah,
high, windy.
that's gonna be a really good week. Um, Chuck D just put a post in here, and look, man, I'm not gonna read all of it, but this is exactly what this show is here for, dude. It's also Men's Mental Health Awareness month. Mental health, addiction, alcoholism, they all go hand in hand, right?
Yeah,
Um, I've mentioned on the show before, I have struggled with addiction, I've struggled with alcoholism, I've struggled with some mental health that goes with it.
sure.
And one of the reasons too that we did start this show is so that we did have a safe spot so people could come and talk about this stuff. And so it
Hmm.
could be brought to the forefront. Um, I'm gonna ask Chuck. Well, obviously, we will ask for energy, prayers, thoughts, whatever, to be sent to Chuck, but also
Hmm.
to let all of you, not just Chuck, know. Just pick up the phone. You can holler at me 602-554-2804. Um, some people use terms like sponsors. I don't sponsor guys. But I'll talk to anyone. If anyone's ever in trouble, anyone's ever in need, anyone wants to talk, even if they don't want to talk about what they're going through, they just want to talk, holler at one of us. We'll help you. We'll talk to you.
Yep.
There's also a lot of guys just in this group alone that are here for us too. I know Damien is a really solid man, a great mentor, a good friend. He's been through this stuff too. John Magdos, I know is a partner, one of my partners that he and I bounce stuff off of. Whenever we're going through something that's not so right, I know that I have somebody that I can pick up the phone. Deeds, I know that I call you all the time, and it's
Yep.
not just even
It's called on Tyrone.
it doesn't call on Tyrone.
That's it.
Um, Sometimes it doesn't even have to be like us talking about whatever the real issue or the problem is, but knowing that someone else is on the other line is there is all is just enough.
Mhm.
So yeah, dude. Um I I'm glad I want to personally thank you too, Charles, for um putting it out there, bro.
Yep.
Because a lot of us will beat around the bush. There's some shit, you know what I mean? And I'm one of them. Sometimes if I got something that's going on in my heart, in my head, in my stomach, like I'll try to gently get to where I'm trying to get to, you know what I mean? So people can understand what I'm going through, but not blatantly say it. So uh Charles, we're here for you, brother. And
We're an emotional support podcast.
for sure, dude. And you
Sure.
know, that's one of the things too, is like we try to be goofy and have fun and yeah, we try
Yeah.
to be goofy and have fun and be informative, right? We try to do that, some of that stuff. We try to be all encompassing show. We try to, you know, support with some humor. We try to support with some knowledge. We try to support with some facts. We try to boost our friends up. But at the same time, we also just got to go with the flow. And sometimes we have to break it up. To
Mhm.
be honest, last week was a perfect example of that. I was struggling as well. And I kind of forgot to book a guest late in the week. And then, you know, I just had to tell Mark, look, I'm not fucking here mentally, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
After I yelled at him for like 5 minutes straight, just cursed him out. Like, you're worthless. I hate you. Just kidding.
totally not how it
Stuff
went.
happens. It's fine.
Um,
It's
but
it's
yes, it is like sometimes it's easy to get overwhelmed and we never know what that one little thing that is going to be that can trigger us into tripping up. You know what I mean?
Ovaltine.
And so instead of tripping up, we just lift each other up. And I think that that's really kind of what this show is trying to do.
Yeah, get every day, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on the right foot, not the left foot, unless you're left-handed. Start on the left. But yeah, we try to keep it peppy, keep it up. We're here for you guys if you ever have any questions, any issues. We get messages of support and stuff, and we want to support you guys. So yeah, thank you, Chuck, for sharing. I will be thinking of you today. Uh,
Yeah.
and shout out to you for keeping it real.
Fuck yeah. And and you know what, Charles, Chuck, I have felt that way s- frequently. And you know, and guys and gals in our industry too, like I was saying earlier, oftentimes we're a one man crew, right? We can't, you
We
don't,
do it all.
Charles probably doesn't want to go home to the wife and tell her about all the shit that he just had to eat from customers, or you know what I mean? Like, or, you know, shit breaking down and this and that. And so that's also why we're here. So we can let it all out.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I don't know,
And
man. I don't
It's
know.
also it's also what men's mental health and testicular prostate health month awareness is Movember. So I'm growing my beard out. Anyone can see it looks pretty haggard, but I'm growing it out all November so people can, you know, raise awareness for testicular prostate mental health issues. And so I invite all you guys, stop shaving, let it grow out.
Stop
You,
shaving.
you know,
Stop
and actually,
shaving.
I grew this beard. This whole stash thing started last year in November. I just started growing everything out, and then realized I can't do anything on the sides, so shaved the sides and kept this growing. And she's been going for about a year now, exactly. Pretty nice. Happy with keeps my face warm. Good for you.
Oh, it's under goo and deeds. Damien just texted me. He's like, "Yo, no show." So yeah, in case you didn't notice,
Oh
um,
yeah.
we actually figured out a way. Mark is broadcasting now from the Goo and Deeds page into the Pro Window Cleaning. So now if you are not in Pro Window Cleaning and you want to watch the show, you can watch it on the Goo and Deeds page at the same time, correct?
I don't know about the Let me ask the lawyers, but I would
Okay.
probably say not. We would just be tagged in the video and creating the video. So there's no, uh, you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I just figured it out. Goo Indeeds, we had to have at least 100 followers and then have 60 days of being existent. So I think we're at like 65 days. So I just logged in and was like, oh, I'm allowed to go live now. So we're able to boop, make it a Goo Indeeds podcast official. So I don't got to do it from a personal and then tag Jason. Now I can just do it from that, tag both of us, and boom, go live. So, but yeah, oh, I know, John Magdos. Imagine if you went the whole year growing. Yeah, I know. I'd have a very bushy beard. I trim this up pretty good. Put the razor on a 4 or a 5, and but I'm letting this grow also. I'm not sure if I'm going to even trim the mouth. I'm just going to grow out. You know, it's going to be hard to eat French fries.
So my mustache grows in real wild and weird and wiry and like in different lengths at different times. And my shit tends to grow out
Uh-huh.
instead of like down like most
Oh yeah.
people.
So you get
I
those
don't,
awkward whiskers you got to pluck or.
yeah, they're all
Yeah.
over the place. And I was, hitting John up last week for John B up for some advice. And he's not the first person to say, just let it grow. Like I've had multiple people just be like, just don't even F with it. Just
Mhm.
let it grow until it gets to a decent length and then trim. Like
Yeah.
just
So
mess.
I'm gonna let this come out like Sons of Anarchy for the next 2 3 weeks, and then see what I can do with it. I wore that blonde wig from Garth. My brother Adam's like, man, you look just like our dad. You should let your hair grow out. I'm like, well, I'm starting at nothing. That would take a while. And then I go through the about 5 to 7 weeks of not getting a haircut. I get crazy hair with this poof where I look like Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
I've never got it that long ever in my life.
I'm in that phase right now. So before I turned 40, I grew my hair out and I'm in the midst of a grow out now. So I've got about 3 years to go and it should be quite insane because my hair comes out wild. What the hell? Yeah, so I'm in the
Yeah.
midst of that. It drives me nuts sometimes, but it'll be fun once I get it out. So hence the name. I don't know if any of you guys follow me on TikTok or not, but I actually put out a video, a couple videos over the weekend, but one of the hashtags was grower, not a shower. That's in reference to my hair, not anything else. Grower, not a shower. So I thought that that was kind of fun.
Long, beautiful hair.
But we're trying to help continue to also grow our network, right?
Network.
We don't need to show and tell everybody about it. We just build it. We just keep
Just do
building.
it.
Just do
Yes.
it. Do it.
Build it up, be the cream of the crop. Yeah, just take it all. Yeah, get it up there. But that's how you do it. Yeah, John Magdos, your hair is badass, Jason. It's badass. Keep
Oh,
letting it
dude,
grow.
I got to see Magdos on Friday.
Awesome. How's everything going? Hope he's
He's good,
yeah.
dude. So on Friday, this is a real bummer. I didn't share this information yet.
Bup, 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 bup.
So I get to this house, I charge it on Friday. It's a gig I normally wouldn't do. She called last minute. She's a friend of this guy that I kind of know. I
Sounds like a
love the
Gaiuti
neighborhood.
song.
I love the neighborhood that the house is in. So I'm like, look, the houses over there are usually between 250 and 325. And
Yeah,
I'll
you
tell you
got your
what, I'll just cap it at 325
huh.
no matter how many windows there are. There's actually 51 panes and it's a
Fuck.
big shit. Yeah. And
Like a big
it's
windows in the back, like from the movie Dirty Dancing.
a little bit, yeah. I got some great panes to work on. And it was fun, but at the same time, it was going to take me way longer than I expected. I had to get Julian from school and I had recently cleaned out my truck. So the only tools I had on me were all 18-inch squeegees, nothing else. Just
Well, no,
18s.
that's fine. I've done that.
Yeah,
It
so
seems scary.
I did the entire house with an 18. Magdos came. He I got him a one of the sponges and
Cool.
then one of the white Sorbo handles. And
Got it.
so it was one of the times we could finally connect. So it was right in between our two houses. and he came and helped clean off a couple of pieces of glass on the outside while I was working on the inside. Anyways, I cleaned a window and I took some steel wool to a 3M coated
Oof.
window. Yeah, and
Oh,
I didn't fucking know it.
ah, and you knew it afterwards.
Oh, I sure did. I called the client, of course, and let her know what's going on. So
Yeah.
now I've got to figure out if I need to. I don't even know what to do yet. So
Smash that shit like a fucking
yeah,
actor.
I mean, I don't know what to do. I'll call Mike Nichols, get his information, find out what he tells me to do.
Well,
I
if
have,
it's a low E paint, it looks like the films just needs to be. Well, the whole paint has to come out, I guess. You need a glazier. Is it one of the big Dirty Dancing paints, or is it just like
no,
a three
it's
by?
just like I don't fucking know, like one of the ones behind my head. It's nothing too
Okay,
bad. I have a glass guy too.
cool. No
But
diggity,
it's
no
one of those
doubt.
things.
Back
It's one
that
of
ass
those
up.
things where it's like, man, I can't believe I just did that. Like I knew like my rubber was fucking grabbing. So I knew something was on there, but I was like, what is this shit? And I just went to go scrub and it's all and I could just see it like and I'm
Ah,
ah.
yeah, that sucks. So that's why we're talking about mental health right now. If you go ahead and fuck up tempered glass with the film on the outside, you're gonna have a rough couple of minutes. I'm sure that
Yeah.
was pretty annoying for a couple of minutes there. Like, oh my God,
Oh,
what did
I
I
was
just do?
fucking furious. And not
Yeah,
only that too, like, and I was like, I gotta call this lady, but I didn't have time to stop what I was doing to call her first. So I just
yeah.
completed the house and then and she was she had already told me I'm at a tennis match.
No shit.
I've also never met this woman.
Right.
Um,
Good. Right. She a
and
doctor?
I
Husband a
don't,
doctor? Podiatrist?
yeah, I have no idea what she does, but I do know that she was super polite. And then
Cool.
I also told her that if I do her house again, it's going to be basically $100 more than what I quoted her. Um,
Oh, oh,
and
fucking flipperoo.
yeah, and she was
The
kind enough.
emotional roller coaster. Go ahead.
She was kind enough. She actually met me in the middle from whatever the number that I told her was,
Uh-huh.
the 325 and the 420. She
Yeah.
met it in the middle and she sent me 372.50 or something. So she ended up tipping or whatever.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, now I gotta use that 372.50 to go put a new piece of glass in her fucking house.
Shit.
20,
Well,
in all the years I've been doing this, I've had to replace one pane of glass.
cool.
Um, and I know this will be number two, but I'm not looking forward to it.
Mark
I've been
Tanner's in the house giving you the freaking knowledge here. He says low E can be polished out most of the
polished.
time. It's polished. I'm Polish, so I know how to pronounce it. But no, low E can be polished out most of the time. So
That's what I
there's
was
that.
hoping too, and that's gonna be awesome. And I knew that Mike and Mark would have the right answer for this. I didn't want to bug either of them on a Sunday about some nonsense, but I was gonna hit them up about
Sunday.
it.
Cool.
I actually watched Mike do a bunch of this kind of stuff in his garage when I was out there, and as he was doing it, I watched him go call Mark Tanner for advice. So I knew exactly who I was gonna call. Uh,
Mom, I need help.
this also, I think we're gonna have some of the guys from Glass Renew on at some point in the next 2 weeks.
Sea
So
Dog.
yeah, one of those guys.
Cool. Very nice.
That-
Very,
That'll be
very
fun.
renewal. Yeah. Well, now there you go. You got some content. Like I fucked up some glass. How do I fix this? You know,
Yeah,
WCR sells the glass renew kit, but it's 600-800 bucks, right? It's kind of pricey,
something like that.
but it gets the job done with practice and some elbow grease and a little spit. Done.
Little huck
But more
to it.
practice. Yeah, you can't just become a master of glass overnight with that bad boy. You got to practice. You got to go to town.
Well,
You
that's what
know,
I was watching Mike do, and I was like, damn, how many times is he gonna do the same piece? Like he's on. You can
over
see
and
him
over again,
getting
spraying
into it,
hydrofluoric acid on it. Yeah.
getting
I mean,
into it.
that would be cool. You know, searching the neighborhood for glass in your trash so you can like hit it, quit it, and buff it out and stuff.
I did actually get two. So I was working on a house right before in that same neighborhood, right before Halloween.
Uh-huh.
And some guy's like, hey, you're a window cleaner. Do you need some windows? And I was like, no, I don't need some windows.
What the fuck would I need windows? I
And
need to
he's like,
clean those
well,
windows.
they're brand new, and I actually just switched them out for some other new ones, and they're just
Cool.
sitting on the side of my house. And I was like, I was like, well, I can ask some of my friends or if anybody needs any windows, but I'm a window cleaner.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I don't want any money for them. And I was like,
God, I didn't feel like. Yeah, gotcha.
So basically he was getting me to
Take my
get rid of
take my
them.
trash. Yeah, my wife
Yeah.
needs them gone. Will you
So
take
I did
this?
take them and I will probably use them for training purposes and maybe use them as,
Just
you
give it
know,
to that lady. Put it on her front
testing.
porch with a freaking ribbon on it. Say, sorry about fucking up your glass. Here, take these windows. Bam. Problem solved.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But what I'm going to end up doing probably is just having, I think you just take out that top piece because it's the two. I don't know. Fucking,
We'll
I'm
figure it out.
yeah, somebody else will
You'll
figure
get
it
there.
out and I'll just pay for it.
Hmm.
That's usually how that kind of stuff goes.
And I mean, is it a manufacturer or an installer defect to have the low E on the outside? I mean, generally that's like a pane 3 type thing or side 3.
I don't know, but like I said, I should have known the second that my rubber
Well,
just basically like,
uh, uh, uh,
yeah.
yeah,
Magda
doesn't
says
want to
has
go.
never seen Jay worked up ever. I wasn't even worked up. I was just a little upset at myself.
I got the boom boom into my. Yeah, happy go lucky. Fuck, I just messed it up. Always be careful, gentlemen. User 0000 fine
Yeah, dude, I
steel.
even went and double checked my package for the steel. I was like, did somehow I get the wrong thing? What just happened here?
That just happened. So yeah, they're talking about the IWCA. So guys, the IWCA convention's coming up here in Orlando in February. We're going to have the Rolling with the Window Cleaner Museum out there. That's pretty awesome. Thomas Wilson is hopefully going to get his RV going, make a nice ass road trip to go down and meet everybody down there. We want to see a good turnout. So any of you East Coast, West Coast, Center Coast, No Coast window cleaners want to fly into Orlando, you know, maybe get there a day or two early, go to Legoland, check that out. I don't even know, you know,
I don't
architecturally
even know.
building concepts. I have no idea. My wife wants to go. My wife, she wants to take the kids. We're gonna drive down a couple days early, do Orlando, maybe one day at Magic Kingdom. I'll do the whole convention action while they do the pool or go to Legoland, like I was saying. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, it's an idea. And only
Yeah,
window cleaning could afford me the time and the pleasure to be able to take these days off to go and do this stuff. You know,
yeah.
I would have a lot of vacation days off if I was working a 9 to 5 as a insurance adjuster, a broker, or something like that. So window cleaning, pressure washing, it's a good deal.
Christmas light gutter clean.
That's right. Oh yeah, Christmas lights and gutter. Yeah, I love gutter cleaning. I haven't done a lot of gutter cleaning in the last month. Got to start advertising for that because it's so, like I said, fun and easy as window cleaning. You just move a ladder, scoop it, move a ladder, scoop it, you're done. It's a lot of fun. Speaking of this weekend, I was like, I had a brain fart. I had to check my invoices. Like, what did I do this weekend? Saturday was a big driveway, patio, and then window cleaning job. So it was a good job. It took me about 5 hours. Got a whole pool deck. I got good B-roll. So I'm getting call it my tripod. I busted the legs on one of these, what do you call it? Tripods. So
Yeah.
now I've got it on a safety cone. So I can like pretty much drop it anywhere in a yard or on a sidewalk, anywhere, and people aren't going to bump into it, run over it, and it's not going to really tip or do any of that shit. Plus, I've got myself an additional 3 feet, so I can put that bad boy way up here, and then you can't even see where, you know. So it's good for before
What
and
are you?
afters.
How do you see what you're filming though?
Well, you know, just put on my big boy extenders, my leg extenders, and I stand up here. Well, you can kind of see from back here, and then
Oh, I
start
gotcha.
recording. So I've been using a little bit of the time lapse. So I've been doing a lot of the pressure washing time lapse wise.
Yeah.
Christmas light time lapse was really nice this week. But if you guys have the ability in a giant cone, you know, jam it in there, you'll get an additional 3 feet for filming and stuff, especially if you break the legs. But yeah. So back to yeah, Damien said IWCA is a wonderful time. Yeah, it's great. A lot of exclusive just window cleaners. So there's not pressure washers, not a lot of gutter guys. There are some solar, but IWCA is more niche. But I think this year they're merging with the PWNA, right? Is that
Yes.
yeah? So there are going to
Calling
be
it
power
elevate.
elevate to climb up to be up there, soar with the eagles, not the
I'll
turkeys.
tell you right now, I know that I'm going to save at least 300 to 400 to $500 because it's not held in a casino.
You deserve a JetBlue holiday. Remember, just put a 5 or a 10 in the machine. Don't put them 20s, 50s, or hundreds. You fucking sneeze and the shit's gone. What the hell?
Oof.
Oof.
Have a
And Laura,
magician. I'm gonna make this hundy disappear. Oof.
Goof, no freaking roaring buffaloes with two, yeah, you came close a couple times. You had some good rolls.
I actually,
Good deal.
matter of fact, I did. I hit uh on a slot machine, and I still have the voucher. I was like 287 and some change, and I was like, yeah, I need to just
Yeah,
stash this shit. Hold
yeah. I
on
got
to it till the end of the week.
60 something cents from the airport
Yeah.
after I won the 150 or whatever that was.
Nice. You were on a heater a
Yeah, I
couple
left. I left with, well, I came back with more than I left with, and I had a great time, paying for, I mean, it paid for itself. It was a great, one of those break even trips. So I have absolutely nothing to complain of, and I had a good time. You guys were great. But just recently having a gallbladder out, I couldn't sit down and do the $85 buffet or any of that fun shit. I had to behave food wise. Morning.
the the munchkin is saying good morning. Marisa just left and took Evie and took Julian to school. It was
Cool.
awesome that she's being supportive of what we do in the mornings and
Yes.
our gatherings. Normally on school days I take Julian to school, so she's switching it out first. This, why we do these Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, thanks to this whole daylight savings time thing.
Yes.
So
Daylight savings.
you're still at 7:30, or what time? What did it do for you?
Yeah, I'm at 7:30 filming Central Time. So 7:30 Central, 8:30
East.
Eastern. So right now it's 8:15 Central.
So I'm still getting up at 4:45 every morning because my body's been trained to do
Fuck.
that because for a
Hmm.
5:30 start, but now it's 6:30 for me, so I'm still kind of trying to figure out when I'm gonna get that sleep back, if ever. If
Good
ever.
luck. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
always up like right at 6 or so. I'm not really good at sleeping in unless I'm really whipped. Today is going to be a fun day because I'm literally using all my safety crap. I'm wearing my Cougar paws. I'm using this bad boy to reach up and get up and put a peak light bulb on the top of one of their arches. So it's just a lot of fun. The pitch hopper, the foam thing over here, I've got all the stuff staged so I can put it in the truck when I leave this morning. But this bad boy I'll be using to climb up said side. So yeah, it's a good 3 to 4 hour install, but it'll be my third year, so it's a really good customer. It's a good time of year for me, November, December. I used to, the past 2 years, I would slow down and stop all pressure washing, window cleaning, gutter cleaning for the most part from now until like December 10th or so. This year, I'm keeping it all active. I'm still going to be cleaning, going to be washing because I've realized how much money I lost last year turning it off. And a lot of guys in Houston will shut down operations and just do Christmas lights, but I don't tend to, advertise that much or be so busy. So I'm going to focus on my content or my customers, my original customers. I'm going to send some email blasts out this week, letting them know, hey, I do Christmas lights, free estimates, and stuff like that. So the lady I did the patio driveway and the window cleaning for this weekend, I gave her a price to put up her Christmas lights, which I absolutely hate doing. Groovy Bubbles in the house. And
Yeah.
then, so I'm also going to be sending her this morning a price for Mr. Deeds lights, how much, because I lease them out. So she's got 150 feet of roof line, kind of a big peak action going. So I've got to sit down and put two proposals for her. So it's nice. Got it. Buffalo
That's
lost
dope.
this week. Yes.
Yeah, what the hell happened to Buffalo yesterday?
Deflated football. It was just real bad football. I listened to it on Sirius XM. I couldn't watch it in my market, but very sad. I had a lot going for a lot of yardage and stuff going there, but I'm gonna win my fantasy football week, the Squeegee Life
That's
Fantasy
good.
League. So I might be tied for first or in first place after this week. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's a good place to be.
Yeah. So the Cardinals shat the bed yesterday. I don't even know what the hell that was all about.
It
Um,
happens.
yeah, so that's how the NFL has been this year. Teams that have no business in games win games, and then you know what I mean. Like the
A lot
Saints
of
won.
injuries too. A lot of injuries going on.
Saints won
Turf toe.
yesterday too with I think a rookie quarterback, and like it's just weird. It's that time of
Yep.
year.
Well, yeah. We all get in our lull. Everyone gets excited. You get mid-season exhaustion. They're getting injured because they're battling it every week. And all right, John Magdos, keep it real. Thanks for coming
Yeah,
in.
enjoy
We'll
your
see you
day,
next time.
Magdos. I hope you have a good one. It's gonna be a great week for everybody. Um,
Yep.
It is going to be a great week for everybody. We talked about um, thanking our vets and making sure that we, give them the recognition that they totally deserve. We talked a little bit about mental health. We talked a little bit about what we did over the weekend. Please leave my coffee there. Thank you. Just okay. We talked. What do you got going on this week? I mean, you mentioned a
Just
little bit.
a lot of installs and a lot of window cleaning. So carrying over to this week, I've got a house wash that I had to reschedule from yesterday. It was a house wash and a window clean deluxe on a golf course because it was windy. It was like 20-degree winds. Moved that to Tuesday. Wednesday, I have a window cleaning, gutter cleaning, and a Christmas light job here in my neighborhood. Probably going to pair that up with another job. Then Thursday and Friday, I've got a cluster of Christmas light installs in like a zip code area. So I'm going to hit them up and start dropping and collecting, getting that done. So it's a good week or two. So, like I said, I'm going to keep the pressure washing, window cleaning, gutters and stuff open this year because last year I was turning people away and it's really dumb. So yeah, so gonna be putting yard signs hopefully and Christmas light customers' yards, with my phone number and stuff, and asking customers, hey, can I leave it in there for 48 hours? That way, people driving by can see it. So
Yeah.
going to be getting with WCR Print today to get them rushed over.
Evie, will you
Hmm.
go get me a spoon, please? Thank you. Yeah, he's right. I do need to stir my coffee.
Stir it up.
Hey Grace, how are you? I hope Grace and Craig have a great week. We gave them some shout outs last week as pretty much everybody got their packages, which was really cool.
Hmm.
With the stickers and with the loop with the loop
The loop
belt.
de loop for the towel holder.
There you go. Um, so Billy's already on a
Gorgeous.
gig
Look
today.
at that.
Oh, that does match that. That's kind of
Look at
cool.
that.
Billy's already on a gig. Nice big two-story with some sunscreens that need to be removed.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, it's
Don't drop the screws.
it is a house that I've done probably 10 times. They go twice a year. I've had them for about five
Nice.
years. Yeah.
Cool.
And so we changed them to also once a year we wash the screens. This time they're just getting brushed, which will save some time. We don't really charge too much for brushing the screens. Um, but he's got his hands full, and then he's got another little exterior only on his way home. Tomorrow, I think we've got 3 or 4 jobs on the calendar, but guess where I'm going tomorrow?
Scottsdale.
I am going to Scottsdale tomorrow. I'm going to
Okay.
Scottsdale tomorrow to a hotel to do a drone information course and hopefully get my grubby little hands.
Crash that fucker in the side of the building. Oh shit! Sorry, gotta
Dude,
go.
it's supposedly it's a hands-on demo. So
Oh
I've
yeah.
got 10 to 1 o'clock tomorrow set aside for a hands-on drone demo, which is going to
Neat.
be, I hope to be extremely exciting. I've never really seen it in person. When you go to these events, to these conventions, you can see the size and the scope of these drones, but you can't really see how they're connected, what they've got going on. You can see
Sure.
it on their video screen.
Mhm.
So for me to get a chance to see hands-on, I think it's going to be super awesome. And I think it's kind of important for you and I, whenever we're discussing the different options on ways to clean things, that we kind of we kind of need to know, you know what I mean?
If
Like
you're gonna talk
we kind
about
of need
cleaning a
to know what
window,
it is that we're talking about. So I
sure.
figured what better way to be informed than to get my hands on them. So
Well, if you do this, you got to sign up for a high-rise drop course. You got to drop from a roof somewhere.
I
That's your
told my
outlook.
no,
You got to
I'm
do it.
serious. It's one of the other things. So you and I and Tom have talked about that in our text. On my bucket list is to learn how to fly the drone and to get that, but also is to do a drop.
Awesome.
Do at least one building. And I've talked with Michael Draper about it, and I probably will at some point get certified or do the safety training class for it. Because I think, like I said, I think it's important to
Mhm.
be one, well-rounded, but two, if you and I are going to be talking about these things and discussing these things with our friends and our listeners and watchers, we kind of need to know what it's like to go through those steps.
It
So
helps.
yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do next. And I'm pretty
Neat.
excited about it.
Cool. Well, the drone should be fun, and you'll be able to see, how long it flies, the weight limits, what kind of hose they use. It will be cool to see what kind of, diameter hose and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, and they
Yeah.
said that it can be run, I guess, through your own equipment, or you can also upgrade and buy it to where everything is done on their own equipment. I think their
Mhm.
ranges and the specific company that I'm going to go check out tomorrow is 30, I want to say 37, 45, and 54K
Okay.
is, what their options are. So I don't know if we'll be flying the $54,000 drone or not, but sure would be cool.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Either way, it'll be a good deal to see it in action because just like a waterfed pole for the first time, if you don't use it and see it, how does it work? You know,
Yeah.
how does it get it clean? How does it
Well, and
fly?
I
How does
also,
it not
and
crash?
that's kind of what I told them too. Come to Salt Lake and take Draper's class this month. Yeah, so I'm down with that, Jake. He basically told me, hey, look, there's an airline that flies out of Mesa straight to to like basically his airport.
Sure.
So that's one of those things, Jake, that I am trying to get lined up. I don't think he had a class scheduled for this month, but I think now it's going to go in December, so it may
Cool.
be December. But we're
Neat.
going to talk about all that stuff on Friday with him, so that'll be exciting.
Awesome.
And on Wednesday we're going to have Fletcher. We're going to talk the ropes and going from being a guy to being the guy. And so I probably won't talk too much about the drone stuff on Wednesday. I may bring it up very
Yeah.
briefly,
Well, yeah.
but I want to make sure to give Fletcher his due time. You know what I mean? So, but we will give those drone
Of
guys time
course.
next week, and we'll go from and hopefully, it'll be a good show. So, I guess it's about that time where we can go ahead and start wrapping up. Deeds, you give any thanks to anybody? You want to shout outs? What?
Yeah. Shout out to Kylie.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing all you're doing. Love you. Very nice. Thanks, Jason, joining me in this trip. It's 103 episodes. We're keeping it real. Um, Shout out to Squeegee Tom and John Magdos and them. We're thinking of you guys. Shout out to our veterans. Thank you guys for your service. Signing that blank check to go serve. Thank you for your service and for coming back and being window cleaners. Hats off to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and on that note too, obviously, we're thanking our wives. Marissa's taking Julian to school so we can make sure that this show gets shot on
Yeah. Thank you,
time.
Marissa. Yes.
And thank you to Kylie as well for getting all of our stuff together. Thank you for all of our guests who continue to come in and pop in and chime in and keep the conversation flowing. Thank you to Charles Smith, Chuck D,
Yep.
for being honest, for being open, for asking for help, and for just letting
Prayers.
people know what's going on, dude. Yeah, prayers, thoughts, energy, all to you, my man. That's exactly what we're here for, and I'm glad that you are comfortable enough to let us know what's up.
Yep.
So yeah, just let's everybody keep our heads up and keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving hot, and be nice, be kind, and everybody have a wonderful day. We'll catch you all on the
Yes.
side Wednesday with our guest Fletcher Denning,
Yep. Change your rubbers, everybody.
and I hope your passion bucket's full.